And in any question during the webinar, you can just ask directly. Don't wait till the end of the webinar. So our topic is .NET programming, as how to become a .NET developer, right? So in that regard, I will be telling you some good website which you can use to get started with, and what is the editor for programming that is recommended that you should be using. Okay, so .NET, when we say, so .NET is a huge programming world wherein if you learn .NET, you can create web application, you can create desktop application, mobile application. Okay, and in the industry also, this has been widely used, and there are so many jobs at the fresher level also nowadays which are there if you know .NET. So main thing is you should have a very good programming understanding. You should know how to code using .NET. So that is what the purpose of this website. And the main official site to refer any .NET tutorials or programming example is .NET.microsoft.com. Likewise, there are some other important websites are also there from the Microsoft. And when we say .NET actually, so inside .NET, similar to Java, the main programming language in .NET we use is this C hash. We pronounce it as C sharp. So this is the main programming language of C sharp. This is the main programming language of .NET. Okay, and in fact, like when you open this Microsoft website, you will get a lot of information about what is .NET. Okay, there are some free tutorials are available. So I'll be keep sharing all this like important links with you on the chat window at the end of the webinar. Okay, so because most of the time, like people coming from non-programming background, actually they ask, sir, how to get started? And in this website, you just type on the Google .NET Microsoft, so that you will get this website. In the learning section, as you can see, uh, build a simple text-based application that run in a console terminal, in browser tutorial, web application. So here in this different section, Microsoft is telling you if you want to create with some simple application, console application. So there is an overview. What is the prerequisite time to complete? Let's get started. Like what all you should be having. They are asking you to download .NET SDK. And these are like step by step they are telling you. Like once you perform everything, download the .NET SDK. In fact, like .NET you can run through Visual Studio Editor as well as through command line. Okay, so like once you will download this .NET SDK, SDK means Software Development Kit, then you can just check whether it has installed or not correctly. So how you will check it? They are telling that you should type .NET, and you can just check what is the version of the .NET. Like I have the .NET version as 3.1 on my system. So at this point, are you all able to follow me? Just confirm me on the chat window. Because initially I had some issue with my setup. My headphone was not like properly working. So confirm me on the chat window whether I am audible correctly. Then I'll move ahead.
Oh, yes, sir. Your voice is correct.
Okay,
Clearly,
great. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. And I will tell you actually, like, while this Microsoft.NET, this is a great learning website. What is the initial step that you should be doing is? So for learning Microsoft, actually, we need have one editor wherein we can write our program, right? So the most popular editor and the recommended editor is Visual Studio. You just click like this, Visual Studio download. So what happened actually, it will just open visualstudio.microsoft.com, download Visual Studio 2019 for Windows and Mac. And one more information, actually, .NET has become cross-platform. Cross-platform means if you write a program .NET on say Windows operating system, it can be run on Linux operating system, Mac operating system, and Ubuntu. There are a lot of operating system it supports. So earlier there was a limitation that you can just write .NET program only use on Windows. Okay, there was some limitation, but recently, couple of years back, Microsoft has made in fact 3-4 years back, Microsoft has made .NET as a cross platform. So you would have heard like earlier Java was a cross platform. So what does it mean is, when the language is cross platform, so that language you can build on any kind of operating system, you can run it. So so that is like one of the update. So if I click on download Visual Studio, so here like different version of Visual Studios are there: community, professional, enterprise. So what happen actually, for professional and enterprise you need license. So as a student, as we are learning .NET, we don't need this professional enterprise lesson. For that you need to pay some cost, but that is not required. Community edition, this is a free version, and it also has a lot of powerful feature of a full IDE Visual Studio. So you just download this IDE and it will get downloaded one installer. So you just need to click that exe, and then once you will download, you will be able to have this kind of on the, if you search, so see I have installed Visual Studio, it will appear like this. So let me open Visual Studio, because this is a most powerful and recommended software development IDE for practicing and for learning .NET. Okay. So how to, one question that you would be having is how to create a new project, right? So here you can see actually, these are like some of the project which I have created. So it is just showing that these are some of the older project. Clone a repository means if you have some source code on the Git, suppose you have, if you are following some tutorial and that trainer has put code on the some repository like Git or any other, if you have the link of the source code, you can just clone that repository, open a project. If you already have some existing .NET project, you can open it from here. If you have some .NET project on some folder, if you just specify that folder location, it will automatically load that project. So at this point, we want to learn .NET, so we will create a new project. Okay. And as I told you that in through .NET, we can create different kind of application like mobile, web application, desktop application. So see, these are different kinds of project as I'm just scrolling below. Okay. And like, as I told, .NET is a huge ecosystem. It supports multiple programming language. C#, this is the most popular .NET programming language. Okay. And similarly, you can write a program using C++. F# is for functional programming. So functional programming is altogether a different topic. But just for your information, if you go with functional way, you can select a JavaScript programming language, Python, query language, TypeScript. So all these languages. So I would request all of you to be on mute. I see some voice. So I have just put that participant on mute. And all platform means if you are targeting .NET platform, which kind of platform you are targeting? Azure is like for cloud computing, Android is for mobile, Linux, Mac OS, Windows. So this is like just for all your information, what type of project you are creating, cloud, for console. Console means your project will be running in some kind of this command prompt. This is called as a console. And if you are creating some kind of desktop extension, but as a learner, we don't need to worry about all these options, because our objective is to learn programming and to something get started with .NET World. So I'll just create .NET Core console application. I'll just click next. You can give any name of the project, like where you want to store. So I will just go ahead with the default name, or I can just give like my first .NET project. Any name you can give, and just click on create. So here, like as you know that this is a 1 hour webinar. So my objective is you to guide you like how to get started and what are the learning resources that you should be using. I'll also be telling you what are the tutorials that you should be using. So once you know the starting point, like how to get started, then rest of the thing you can just do with your own. And maybe like if you need, you can give your feedback, and like periodically we can also set up this kind of session. So if you have any kind of query, let's say suppose I give you some assignment, so maybe next week for half an hour we can meet. So it's all about your feedback actually. So you all, I hope you are part of uh, CGC job WhatsApp group. So you can just share your feedback. I'll also give my contact number with you. So if required, we can schedule multiple sessions in the future also. So see, once I created .NET sample program, automatically it just created this project for me, and I have not written anything. And see, like any program, if you use any language like Python, Java, it will have one class, and usually the standard is we used to give that starting class with a name as program, and there should be one starting method, right, wherein the program should get started. So basically with the standard with programming language, we used to have the starting method with the name as main. So here I'm just writing console.writeLine hello world. Okay, so the next question you may ask is like how to run this program. So I'm not doing anything, like I'm just printing hello world. So this is one green button. So if you click on this button, what happen actually, it will compile the program. Compile means it will check whether is there any syntax error, is all your program is correctly written. If there is some syntax error, it will just show you, it will throw some error to you on the prompt. So see, it is just printing hello world. So whatever we have written, it is just printing it. And let me just close this. And similarly, you can just type anything like console.writeLine. These are all called IntelliSense. So in .NET Wall, if you want to print something, there is a command called console.writeLine. So you can just type like, this is my first .NET program. And every statement of .NET should get ended with semicolon. So one statement, one more statement I have written. I am again clicking on this green button to compile my program and to put the output. So see, from here it's just showing hello world. This is my first .NET program. And even like from here, you can just select the solution. You can click on build solution, rebuild solution. So here like you can build. Build means it will compile your program and will check if there is any syntax error. So some syntax error, like how can I create like this hello world? This is called as a string variable. So in this string, I'm just putting hello world. So there should be opening opening tag of string like this double quote or ending tag. Suppose if I forgot to add ending tag like this. Okay. So see at the bottom, automatically it is kind of giving me some error. If I open this at the bottom, see at the bottom, it is just showing me this red mark. Or even like if I just click on this build solution, at this time, it will throw some error. So what it is telling is expected this. This is not provided. So if I double click on this error, so what happened actually? It will lead me to that particular line that here like there is some problem on this line. So I should like kind of put attention like what exactly I'm missing. And if there is an error, see at that below line, it will show some kind of red mark, this red mark. So what if I mouse over it, new line. So sometime actually what happened, we have started, but it is not able to identify whether that string is closed or not. So I should add this double curly braces and see automatically that error has gone. So it is like as soon as you type it, it will just quickly scan whether the program is correctly written or not. And then based on that, it will throw error. If it is there, some syntax error. Suppose I can create one variable, say integer variable. Integer is like for storing numeric value. Maybe I can just give age equal to 10. Okay. So like it will keep giving some of the programming practices. So at the age, like it is giving some red color. So what does it mean is if you mouse over, the variable age is assigned, but it is never used. So it is just giving me some programming tips that you have used, you are declared this variable, but you are not using it anywhere. So I should like write, if suppose if I want to print this age, console.writeLine, and let me type the name of the variable age. And yeah, so now everything is fine. So it will just print, see it is printing 10. Similarly, that there are different type. Integer is for storing numeric value. Float, this is one of the .NET type. Here you can store decimal value like 10.50. Just give the name of the variable. Say you can give any name of the variable, like say my float variable var. So let me increase the font also. Maybe font is less. So I just search that setting. Actually, if you want to edit any setting in .NET, so there is an option in tools. You need to go to option, and these are all the setting. So I know that I want to increase the font, so I'm just typing font. So it is displaying me this setting. If I click, so right now the font size is 10. Let me increase this to 12 so that it will be quickly visible to you. So see, font has got increased. Here also, like if you want to print console dot write line. Line, there is a one method called line and write line. Write line means actually it will print that thing and it will also add one new line. So click on this. So see, it is telling there is some error. Would you like to continue? No. Literal of type double cannot be implicitly converted to float. Oh, use an F suffix to create a literal of this type. So it is telling, actually see in .NET, when you will follow some tutorial, I'll be telling you what tutorial you should follow is, there is a type called float, double, decimal. There are different types. As I'm interested in creating float type, so it is telling that implicitly it cannot convert into float. You should type, like there is a syntax to end that float number with F. So see, once I added, that error has gone. So let me again compile and print something. Okay, now it is just printing 10.5 what I have written in that value. So till now, like we have understood how to download Visual Studio, what is the basic website of .NET. Even like you can create here, see from the command prompt, it is trying to give you an option to create .NET program. So that also you can follow. Or if you install this kind of editor, this is most recommended since you are starting with .NET. So install, like download this editor, run it, and here you should write simple .NET program. You should follow some .NET tutorial and keep practicing it. So the more you practice, the more you'll become familiar and you'll become a programmer. One of the good website is tutorials.point.com. If you just, as you know that we are learning C# programming language for .NET, just type tutorials.point.com C# and open this tutorial. So see, it is like a complete from start to end, like what all you should be knowing in that programming language. They have given in a nice tutorials fashion. So these website, like I will recommend you. You should go through like from the start till the bottom. Like here, there is a simple description of what is C# programming. First, you should come to the Microsoft website and like explore each and everything. Get an idea of what is .NET, what you should be installing, what is the program, what you should be going to the learning link, architecture, docs. In the docs, you will find all the documentation. Okay. And in fact, like when we were downloading and going through that, you also found that there are some video links are also there. Like if you want to create web application using .NET, get started. Here there is a link of get started. You should go there. There is one video in .NET. There is a technology called ASP.NET. Through that we used to create web application. So these instructor from the Microsoft, they will give you like one nice little bit introduction, so that you should first attend. And so that is what like, and this tutorial website, we know that C# is the basic prerequisite programming language to program different kind of application in .NET. So that we should be learning, because once we know the language, then we can program either web application, desktop application, mobile application, right? And if you're new to the programming language, this tutorial will also give you step-by-step guide as how to become a programmer. So if I go to the next, here also they are giving kind of, so read all this thing as I know, so I'm not spending time, like what are the feature of C Sharp, and they are here, they are giving some overview about .NET framework, what does it means. So read all this thing, and like these also will be helpful you, like if you spend say 1 month time for practicing .NET, and tomorrow if you are going for interview, so they will be asked you about what is .NET, what do you understand by that, what kind of application you can create, you know C Sharp. So see these like simple program, here they are giving you some programs. So what you should do is, as you already know how to create some simple console application using .NET, so you should like refer those sample program and you can even type it here. Okay, what I have taken is from this. So they are telling that this is the like how the simple getting started C Sharp program looks like. So I know how to create the console application project through Visual Studio. So I just type it out and you should run this. So it is just printing. So our like first minimum basic programming thing we have achieved, like we have downloaded the ID, we know what kind of tutorials to be followed, how to print some statement. So even like I'll tell you again, because this is the most important if you are getting started with .NET. So let me create, like here also you have one option, file new project. Suppose again, if I want to create new project, file new project. So as our purpose is just to get started with some kind of console application, our purpose is to start with the programming. So I'll just create console application project, give any name of the project and click on create. So basically it will help you to create one template. So once we got the template, and if you are following some tutorials, so we should read it step by step. They'll give you some of the important guidelines, what console.readline, what console, like what is that, how to save the file, everything they'll be telling. And they are giving you C Sharp program. So see here also like kind of one basic program example they are giving is, suppose if you want to create some kind of rectangle application. So rectangle, we know it is used to have the length and width. So what we will do with rectangle is, we'll try to create the area of the rectangle. We will try to display the length, width, and area of the rectangle, right? So basically, what we do with the programming, any programming, we used to automate real life scenario, right? So for that, I should understand language, some syntax, how to know how to write a program, how the program flow works, when I should create the class, what method I should create, what variable, based on what kind of information I want to store, right? That is what the purpose. And once you learn the basic, then you go ahead and try to write a program for real world example, for enterprise application, for corporates. So that is how the flow happens. So what you can do is, you can just copy this rectangle class here, like for just quick purpose I'm just copying it. But what I would recommend you is, you open this editor like this, follow each and everything what they are mentioning, and you come here. So see, actually what does this mean is, in every .NET program or project, this is called one project, console app 2. It used to have first this outer namespace. Namespace means it is a new unique name for our whole project. And inside the project, you used to have different classes. Okay, these kind of classes. And classes used to have methods. Like suppose if I create rectangle class, I will have property like width, length, what method I should be having, calculate area, or display rectangle length, all those kind of thing. So whatever, actually, like you should also minimize this thing, this editor. And suppose if you are following this tutorials point, let me close this so that this will be visible. Let me come here, let me put it here like this. And within namespace, you can have multiple classes. Okay. Let me put it, let me close this. And you should like type class. So with this way, what is happening is, you are writing it so that you'll become familiar with how to like create classes. And double, as rectangle used to have length, width. So in the class you can create different kind of variable. As our class is for rectangle, create this variable. What is the method we want to create? Public void accept. Accept detail means to set our variable with some kind of initialization value. Length, what is this length? This length. I am setting it as value 4.5. This is of type double. Double means I can store decimal point value. And this width, I'm setting it like 3.5. What other method I should be thinking while creating rectangle class? You should create double, public double area. So in fact, actually in this tutorial, they'll be giving you explanation of each and everything. Like what does it mean by public? Public means like these are all called as access specifier, public, protected, private. Suppose this class, if I want this to be accessible to the outer world, means some other class. So I should give it as public. What that is what it means. These are all access specifiers. So spend time on it, like get area. How to calculate the area? Simple, right? Return length into width. Every method used to have like input parameter and the output, what kind of type it is returning. In accept detail, I'm not getting any input. Otherwise, I can create any input like int, say length, variable, any name of the input you can give. And these are called as a return type. Void. Void means it doesn't have any return type. Get area. What it should be returning? It should return some area, right? And what would be the type of that area? It should be of type float, decimal value. That's why I've given double. And I should be writing some method which will display. Display means I want to print just the length of the rectangle, the width of the rectangle, the area of the rectangle. So this is like some command. Let me just copy in order to save time. Okay. So I'm just basically printing, and this console write you already know. Length, curly braces 0 means at the 0th position, what kind of variable I'm interested in putting. So here, like this is called as a string formatting. Basically, comma length. Length means this is my variable. If I mouse over variable, it will highlight at each and every places where that variable is being used. See, here it is used, here also it is used, here, what all variable I've used. Get area, this is one of the method, right? And it will return double. So here it will return the area. So that is how like I'm just kind of printing it. So next thing is how to use this variable, right? So once you create the class, you need to create the instance or the object of that class. So we know that the program starting point is what? Main, right? So let me just expand this. So that I have just copied, like I am just creating what kind of object I'm interested in creating is this rectangle class. So this is like a basic syntax. Rectangle, any object you can give. I'm just giving object name as R, or you can give any object like obj rectangle or anything like obj and new rectangle. Means I'm creating the instance of this class, but here it is having some problem. Accept detail. What it is telling, rectangle does not contain a definition of accept detail. Why? Because I just like change a little bit method syntax with D in capital, wherein in that tutorial it was written small. Let me correct it. So that error has gone. So r.accept means here you can just mouse over that method, right click that method, and like there you will get some kind of IntelliSense, like go to definition. So it will lead my cursor to like this is the definition of this accept detail. So we are just setting these two class variable with some initial value. After that, what I'm doing is once I have set some initial value r dot, because initially I need to create the object of my class. And once I have the object, I can just call the method of that object using my variable name dot method. What is the method? r.acceptDetail. What is the method to display? r.display. So let me just run this program. So see, length I have assigned 4.5, 3.5. Area it is automatically like calculated for me. 4.5 into 3.5, 15.75. So that is how like you should be creating the program. So as in this webinar, I cannot like give you in-depth thing, but I just want to show you how to get started. Like this tutorial, read in detail. It will also solve you a lot of your query related to object-oriented programming. What is class? How to debug a program? What is public void? What is public private? So see what is the using statement. We are using some using statement at the top. So here this is called some importing some of the .NET library. So where does it is able to recognize the class? These are all called as a special keyword, right? So all this definition is coming from this using system. So these you can understand, these are some of the import statement. Like if you would have worked on C programming language, you would have heard about include some of the syntax we used to specify. So similarly, in any programming language, initially at the top, they used to have some kind of reference to the base class feature. What is it, how to instantiate a class identifier, and what are the key reserved keyword in C#. So everything they have written. Go to next page. What is value type, reference type, pointer type? You should be keep going through that, and they'll give you some program sample thing. So what you will do is you will follow this, and you can just keep typing it in your editor and run the program. And in fact, there is one more like good website called W3 School. Even here, if I type C#, W3 School C#. In fact, this website also used to have some step-by-step programming learning resources. This is also one very good website for learning anything like Java, Python, or anything. So see here at the left side, it is giving you all kind of programming feature. So recommended thing is to go step by step. And even if you don't install Visual Studio, here they give you some kind of interactive editor. Try it yourself. If I open it, so what happened actually, whatever, and here I have not installed any Chrome. Like you can install Chrome ad blocker so that you won't be getting this ad. Let me click on this, stop seeing this ad. Not interested in this ad. Okay. If you install Chrome plugin like ad blocker, then I think you should not be getting those distracting thing. So here, see, this is one simple C# program. You can, if you run it, it will so like automatically side by side, it will keep printing you everything. So even like I can just again copy this. I know this is the way to print the some kind of logic. Again, like this is my first .NET program. So run it. So whatever I will be typing here, if there is no syntax error, if syntax error, it will be throw error. Otherwise, it will print here in the console beside. So these two websites like W3 School, first let me just ping you all this thing. So you got the idea, right? First, the main website is Microsoft website. Let me come to the chat. Let me ping it here to everyone. You should be having this inside. Then you should download Visual Studio. Let me click on this link. This is an editor. You should download Community Edition. This is free edition. And one good website is tutorials.com. Let me just give the initial link of tutorials.com C#. Another good website is W3 School. So it's all about how much you practice. If you want to follow some kind of video tutorial, .NET. So I see there is one tutor, and their name is, they have a lot of good video on YouTube. So if you follow YouTube way of learning .NET, so this Prajim Tech, I found like this person is from the Bangalore, and he has created a lot of very good resources. .NET Prajim, if I just say YouTube. So see, they are just giving me some sample. Let me go. This is the name of this person. Let me just type and just ping you all these resources. So like copy all these resources and C sharp, like C sharp tutorial for beginner. SQL Server is for database, .NET basic tutorial. So you should follow. Let me just pin
Hi, welcome to Pragent Technologies. My name is
on the
Venkat.
chat
This
window.
is part 1, Introduction to C Sharp.
So
In
this
this
person
video,
has done
we will understand
excellent
the
job
basic
actually.
structure of a C
In fact,
Sharp
you
program,
need not pay
what is a
anyone
namespace,
any
what is a
money
main method.
for learning the .NET. Just follow
With
this
that,
tutorial
let's
step by
jump
step. If
straight
you
into the
prefer
demo.
learning by YouTube,
Hello,
so daily like target of see all
hello,
these tutorials
welcome
as you
to
can see.
Pragent
This is
Technologies.
hardly 8 minutes
This is
video
Venkat.
or
This is
10
part
minutes video.
3, built-in
And see
types
for
in
the C
C
sharp, he
Sharp.
has covered all the way
In this
till
session, we will learn about
102.
different
He
built-in
has
types
every
that are
video is
used in
8
C
minutes,
Sharp.
10 minutes.
Escape
So
sequences
target
in
like
C
every
Sharp,
day
then
learning at
that's
least
it.
3 videos
So first,
and
let's get the
practice it.
different types
How you'll
in
practice is you'll install
C
Visual
Sharp,
Studio.
and all these are
Okay,
built-in
and
data
just type the
types.
program.
So
You can subscribe to
the
this
first data
his
type that we will
channels
talk
also
about is the
from here,
Boolean data
so
type.
that whenever
For
any future
example,
video,
in
whenever
your
he'll be
application, you
submitting,
can
you'll
use
get
a
a notification
need
about that.
to store a value.
So I'm not like any sponsor or I'm not
False,
recommending him,
then we make
but
it
I
a
found
Boolean
like he
data
has
type.
created a
For
lot of good
example,
videos.
if there
So
is
here
false,
you'll get some
you can
recommended
make it
video
true or
related
false.
to
Okay.
.NET.
So if you want to
Okay,
store values
so
like
as you
this,
know,
we make
YouTube used to
boolean
give
data
us
type.
recommendation.
Now, to create a
So this
unique
is what
variable,
I'm done with my
use a
thing
keyword.
actually. So
So
my
maybe
purpose
the
is was
keyword
to show
name
you the getting started path,
equals
and
true.
last 15 minutes I want to put
Okay.
for the
So
question and
this
answer.
boolean data
So
type
right now it is
will
open for you.
hold true
You
or
can ask any
false.
question, any specific thing. If you want any other specific tips from me, that also you can ask. So unmute yourself and ask, because they should not be like it should not be one-way communication that I'm only talking and you are not participating. Otherwise you may not get much out of this presentation. Also let me know your feedback. How was this presentation? If you want some next part of this programming, that also I can show. You can put your thing, either you can unmute yourself and tell, or otherwise you can put your feedback on the chat window also. So give me your feedback. So it looks like you're not following actually. So if you're not following, then it is not worth, because we are like professional and we are taking time and giving for yourself. So it is like how much you are interested, then only it can we can proceed with further. So any feedback, any questions, just feel free to ask. Okay, fine. So if no question, I will end this webinar, and thanks for joining.